Namaste students, how are you all? So students, I hope that you all have seen the first video of this chapter, Force, Work and Energy. Okay, if you have seen this video, I know that you all have must been aware of force now, that what is force and what are the various types of force, and also in the previous class we studied about the effects of force, right? So today we are going to continue with the same topic, that is types of force. Okay, what is the topic? It is types of force. So student, as I told you that there are majorly four kinds of forces. How many kinds of forces we have? Four kinds of forces, of which we have discussed the first kind, that is muscular force, right? So what is this force? See, this force is that force which is applied by us, which is applied by our muscles. So this is the force that is applied by human beings and animals to do all the work. So this is the number one kind of force, and we discussed this in the previous class also. Now the second kind. What was the second kind of force? It was gravitational force. Gravitational force, right? So students, gravitational force is what? Gravitational force, or you can say it also as gravity. You all must have heard this word gravity somewhere. Now what is it? See, if I throw something up, this is a chalk, this is a small piece of chalk. If I throw it up, what will happen? After going a distance, it will come to down. It will come towards her back. Now why is it happening? Why it doesn't go up in the air and doesn't come back? If I throw something else also, if I throw a paper, I throw a pen like this in the air, if I throw a ball like in this in the air, ultimately after traveling a distance in the air, it comes back to the earth. Now why is it happening? Why is it always coming down? Because students, this is happening due to a force. This is happening due to a force that is applied by earth over these objects. Okay, this is due to a force that is applied by earth over these objects, and that force is known as gravitational force, or you call it as gravity. So what is this force? This is the force applied by earth. Force applied by earth, due to which things are attracted towards the earth. So this is the force applied by earth on each and every object. Now we are standing at the earth. I am standing here at the surface of earth. I am standing here because of this force, because earth is always applying this force over me so that I can stand here. If gravity was not there, अगर gravity नहीं होती, we will not be able, then हम नहीं खड़े हो पाते ऐसे earth पे. ठीक है? This is because earth is attracting us towards itself. So this is the force applied by earth, by which earth attracts things, objects, or even us, by which earth attracts things towards itself, right? So this is the force responsible for it. Now what are the other examples where we can see this gravitational force? The very you can say very good example of this is solar system. In the solar system, you know that there is sun in the center, right? And there are 8 planets revolving around it. So these are rotating in a fixed orbit. This is due to the gravity of sun and the other planets. This is due to the gravitational force that keeps those planets rotating in that particular orbit. Also, you all know that moon is rotating around earth, right? Earth is there. If this dot is earth, I represent earth by this, then moon has a fixed orbit around it. Moon has a fixed orbit around it, right? This is just a rotation, a symbol, right? The earth is there and moon is rotating around it in a fixed orbit. It has a fixed path. Why? Because earth is applying some gravitational force over moon. Earth is keeping the moon towards it. That's why it is able to rotate in a fixed direction. Otherwise, what moon, right? So this is the reason that why the planets, why the moon are always orbiting, they are always moving around in a fixed path, right? So this is all about gravitational force. What is it? It is the force applied by Earth. Now students, see, what was the third kind of force that we discussed? I told you the name in the previous class. The third kind of force is magnetic force. Now as the name suggests, what it is the force applied by magnet. Now what is a magnet? What is the special property of a magnet? We all have magnets in our homes. See, a magnet, what it do? It attracts iron objects towards itself. Now it is a good activity and it is a homework for you. What will you do? You will just take some pebbles or sand in a bowl, right? And some iron nails or iron fillings in another bowl. And bring a magnet towards both. Sand will not be attracted by magnet, but iron objects will be attracted by the magnet, right? Sand will not be attracted because magnets only attract iron objects, right? So what is magnetic force? This is the force by which magnet attracts iron objects towards it, right? अगर आप एक मैग्नेट को आयरन ऑब्जेक्ट के पास लेके आओ, आयरन ऑब्जेक्ट will get attracted to it. They will come closer. So what is magnetic force? This is the force applied by a magnet towards iron objects, right? And then iron objects get attracted to the magnet due to this force. So this is the magnetic force. It is very simple. I hope you all are getting it. What is magnetic force? Magnetic force is the force that is applied by the magnet to pull iron objects toward it, right? So this is the magnetic force. Now the fourth one, and which is very important. So listen it carefully. Number one was muscular force. Second, gravitational force means force applied by Earth. Third one was magnetic force, means force applied by magnet to pull iron objects towards itself. And after that, force applied by magnet towards iron objects. After that, fourth one is friction, or you can say frictional force, right? We generally call it as friction. Now students, see, friction is acting everywhere, on every surface. In between the two surfaces, friction is always there. How you can see this? See, when you take a bowl, just take a bowl and rotate it over a smooth surface on the floor. Like if I have a wooden table or a smooth floor, I apply force over the bowl, it will go rolling. But what if I take the bowl and go to grass? अगर मैं ground में चले जाऊँ and grass पे if I apply force over that bowl, what will happen? It will rotate, but it will move very slowly. I am applying the same force on a smooth floor and a rough floor, but what is happening on the rough surface? There is very, you can say there is very less effect of force that I am applying. What I am saying, I will just rub it off so that I can explain this in detail. What we are studying frictional force, right? So students, see, in frictional force what is happening? This is the fourth kind of force. What is it? It is friction. Now what is happening? I am saying that take a ball and just apply force over it. Once it is on a smooth surface and the second time it is on a rough surface, right? So I am taking a comparison of smooth and rough surface and I am applying same force, same amount of force on both the surfaces, but the ball will move slowly in rough surface than the smooth surface. Why is it happening? Have you ever thought so that a ball is rotating very slowly on the grass than on a smooth floor? Why is it happening? Because there is more friction in rough surface. At rough surfaces, there is more friction, right? Because this force is more, and in smooth surfaces there is less friction, right? Now what is friction? First of all, you said that ma'am, okay, friction is more, friction is less, but what is friction? See, friction is an opposing force. When something is moving, there is always an opposite force acting on it. If the ball is moving in this direction, आपने force लगाई, right? This is ground surface. Now friction will be in this direction. So what do we get to know from here? That friction is nothing but friction is always a opposite force that is acting on the object, right? So what is friction? Friction is always acting in opposite direction. Friction is the opposite force. Friction is a force that is always acting in the opposite direction of the force applied by us, or in which direction the object is moving, right? After that, students, see there, I said that friction is very important. Now why is it important? Due to its applications. It is important because of its applications. What are its applications? We are able to move on a surface. We are able to move on a surface on the ground. Why? Because there is friction. If there was no friction, I would have slipped down. If you walk on a wet floor, there is water on the floor, and if you walk over that wet floor, you will slip, right? There are more chances of slipping because friction in that wet surface is less. Why? Because friction is less on wet surface. That's why the chances of slipping increases. So what is the application of friction? We can walk on the ground due to friction. What is the first application of friction? Now I am discussing the application of friction. What is it? First of all, friction is always acting in opposite direction and it opposes the motion, right? Now, what are the applications? First of all, we can walk on the ground very efficiently, very properly without slipping down due to friction. We can walk on the ground due to friction, right? So this is the first application. After that, if you see, suppose you have a very wide, very big block of ice, and you try moving over the ice. What will happen? You will slip, obviously, because there is no friction there. And also there are other examples of friction where we have friction in daily life. See the shoes. Okay, see the shoes. Suppose you bring a new pair of shoes and you have an old pair of shoes, and you combine the sole. Those shoes do एक old, एक new, and combine the sole of the shoes. Okay, you will see that the old shoes have the sole is damaged. Its sole is damaged, right? So why is that happening? Because when you walk wearing that shoes, there is always a friction acting between the ground and between your shoes. So due to that friction, what is the next thing? Due to that friction, the sole of the shoes worn out, means there is always some damaging, there is always some wear and tear due to friction. What is it called? It is called wear and tear. So friction, second point is friction causes wear and tear of objects, right? Friction causes wear and tear, means some damaging of the surface. After some time, the sole of the shoes get damaged because there is friction in between. Now you can see it in your book. Students, there are so many examples of friction. Yeah, one more application is there. We apply grease and oil in the machinery part, right? In the machines, in very big machines, you must have seen the mechanics applying grease or oil or painting the surface. Why? So that it works smoothly. Otherwise, if it is rough, friction will be more. If the surface is rough, as I told you, if the surface is rough, friction will be more. Friction will be more, right? Frictions are not very, and if friction will be more, there will be wear and tear, there will be damaging of machinery. I repeat, just listen it carefully again. You have seen that in machines we use oil, grease, paint. Why? Why we use oil there? To make the surface smooth. What if the surface is not smooth? It will be rough and there will be friction. More friction means more wear and tear, means the machines will get damaged very soon, very easily. That's why we apply grease or oil over the machinery. So what was the second application? That we apply grease or oil over the machines to avoid. This is not application, this is just an important point to understand, okay? This is just an important point to understand that what the friction can cause, what can be its effects. It is useful also sometimes, but sometimes it also causes a problem. So we apply this over machines to avoid friction, so that the friction is less and so that the machines will work for long time. Also, if you see that if you have wet hands or the hands are oily and you try to open something, you try to open a cap of bottle, it is more difficult because then the friction will be less. On the wet surface, friction will be less and you will not have that grip, that strong grip over that bottle cap that you need to open. And if your hands are not wet, you easily open it because due to friction. So this is the application that we can easily open. We cannot easily unscrew the cap of a bottle with oily or wet hands due to less friction over there. Okay. So students, these were the 4 kinds of forces. What were these? Number 1, muscular force. Second, gravitational force means gravitational force or gravity means the force applied by earth. Muscular force is the force applied by human beings. And the third one, okay, 1, 2 and third one is magnetic force, means the force applied by magnet to the iron object so that the iron objects get pulled towards the magnet, right? And the fourth one and very important one and a new one also is friction. This is the opposite force that always act in the opposite direction, and it is sometimes very useful for us. The main application for it is walking. Also, I am writing on this board. I am possible to write it due to friction because there is a frictional force between this chalk and board, right? There is a frictional force when I am writing. There is a frictional force acting between this chalk and board. Okay, so these are the applications of friction. And also you cannot walk on wet surface because there will be more friction. So students, after that